All right, welcome back to a brand new video of the Targeted Individual Program, Targeted Experience. So it took me a couple hours, but finally able to make the living room at least look decent. Now that I don't want to spend any more time cleaning today. I have to take a muscle relaxer. It's almost time to take Alyssa to jujitsu, and her mother didn't do laundry, so well she did some laundry. I should say she didn't do all the laundry. Just she did some laundry, as you see the clothes here on the clothes rack. But her uniform was not washed and had no time to wash it by the time I realized because I was cleaning. So you see, clean space again. My son's desk, cleaned it. Now before, this is how it was when I left Friday, and I come back with all the stuff. Got rid of her crafting stuff that she just put every damn where. And of course, when she comes in tonight, she's going to complain that I move her crafting stuff and I put it in her bedroom, which is where it was. She literally cleared down her. She has a desk in her bedroom for crafting, just so she could take all the stuff and put it out in the room. Like I said, she doesn't clean. She moved one mess and created a new pile of mess. All right, and she called that cleaning. That is not cleaning. This is partially cleaning. I wouldn't even call this cleaning. This is partially cleaning. I haven't mopped because I'm not going to mop. I'll probably do that tomorrow if I come in tomorrow and hair's still clean, decent looking, I should say. Then I'll mop. But other than that, I'm not doing it today. All right. It took me from the time I come in. I had breakfast, made her breakfast, and I started cleaning. Then I had lunch. I just finished feeding her, and you know. But when she comes in, she sees this. Oh, look, empty space. I need to clutter it up. That is her mindset, and this is why I said I don't clean every day like I used to because it's too much, and I'm not trying to destroy my back any further than it's already damaged. And you know, it's when I come in here and here looks so messy. The stress level. So I can imagine the kids and their stress level. But you don't want to get used to coming in a messy house or living in a messy house, and I feel like you have to clean. So my daughter cleaned up all of her mess. I just basically wiped down her computer desk, but she cleaned up this. I made her clean it up. She cleaned it up, no problem. All right. And so I text Pam, and because Ethan slept with his laptop in his bed, and ended up breaking the laptop, breaking one of the hinges. So she goes, "Well, you took away his tablet." Yeah, I took away his tablet because then he's not going to do any homework, right? And so because and again, I keep telling her, I said, I'm trying to teach our children to have common sense. Like Ethan knows he's not supposed to sleep with his laptop in his bed, right? Because as a teenager, they roll over on the laptop, things break. That's what happens. So instead of her saying, you know what, yeah, you're right, he needs to have more common sense, she goes, well, you took away his tablet. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to teach these children how to think, how to have common sense. She just wants to let them do whatever. And when I try to discipline them, you know, and he does stuff like that. Like for her, she should say to him, Ethan, do not sleep with your laptop in your bed. But she won't say that because that's what she does. She's used to those things. At night I go to bed. Guess what? My phone is not in my bed. My phone is on my computer desk. If I'm using if I have a laptop, even my tablet. Rarely do I ever sleep with my tablet in my bed, and when I do, my tablet is way on the other side because I'm always thinking that I don't want to roll over, and the tablet's different from a laptop anyway. But this is the mindset. So when I said to her, you know, that I'm trying to teach our children to be proactive instead of being reactive, you know, she has nothing to say other than, oh, I received a package, you know. So any sort of exchange that deals with any sort of logic, any sort of trying to teach our children to think instead of to just act on their subconscious programming and what they see her do and follow her, right? Is to try to teach them to think. Like I always tell my daughter, I said, if you're going to stand up, look up. If you are going to turn, look to where you turn first before you turn. Because even at her age, she will still spill stuff on the floor. Why? Because she will turn to put, she wouldn't even, sorry, she would put her drink on her desk, right? Not looking to see exactly where she's putting it, right? And it will be at the edge of the desk. And when she let go of the cup, it will fall down and spill all the juice. Or putting it at the edge of the desk. And when she moves, her computer chair hits the desk, she spills it. So I also ordered new chairs for them because my daughter had her chairs for like what 3 years now, and it's terrible. It is terrible. My son, his chair is terrible also. But every 3 years, I replace their computer chairs because knowing my kids, knowing my children, our children, I know that that is the length of time that they can have a chair, even as my son is a teenager, because they will destroy those chairs. Right? I can have chairs for years and not have it looked, but I understand that they're kids, that they're children. I mean, so as a parent, knowing these things, Pam, on the other hand, forget it. She is still sleeping on the same mattress from almost 20 years ago, and I bought her a new mattress. It's still in the box because she still refuses to clear down her bed. Can you imagine that? Brand new mattress. Just like I bought her a brand new AC. It's been in there for almost 6 years now. In the foyer. It's still in the box. Because she refused to clear the area by her window. So and I could have had the Super and I installed it, but you know, so it's gonna sit there. Meanwhile, she's using a very, very old AC that barely blows any cool air. Right? So but again, that is the mindset. All right. Now not everybody have that mindset, but that's the mindset I have to deal with. And I keep saying a lot of women are having this mindset because they've been conditioned to it. Then she says to me, "What? Since I was talking about eating, I forget this." She was like, "Oh, um, we had a 3 day weekend, and that's a luxury. When did having a 3 day weekend becomes a luxury?" Now, I want you to understand the type of language that they're telling each other. These are women telling each other this nonsense, right? A completely lost group of women. 3 day weekend is a luxury. It is not. I said just because they have a 3 day weekend does not mean that they're not supposed to read, they're not supposed to study, they're not supposed to do their homework. You want to look at it as if it's a luxury. So now they're attaching the word luxury to every damn thing, right? I understand how they're basically destroying their mindset by thinking in this way, by believing in this way, which is totally backwards, totally delusional, and ultimately, like I said, you see as they get older, by themselves, struggling, bitter, and they will destroy the younger women in their group because they don't want those younger women to have a better life and make better decisions, right? They don't want that. Okay? Anyhow, talk to you guys in the next video.